Koe ngā mema o tēnei committee, ko Daniel Clay tōku ingoa, ko au te hiamana o te rōpū Hawkein Nukarangi. My name is Daniel Clay, I'm the chair of the Cerebral Palsy Society. Cerebral palsy is the most common childhood physical disability and affects approximately 9,000 New Zealanders. Many people with cerebral palsy have high and complex needs and need significant support. The vast majority rely on disability support services rather than ACC. The committee has asked submitters what their biggest concern is and what changes they want to see. On changes, I've tracked some changes to the infamous Clause 8 and a few others, which I can hand around while I'm continuing with my statement, and I'll get to that at the end. Our biggest concern is that the bill assumes that families can provide more support if government support is reduced. The evidence shows otherwise. We surveyed 140 members for our submission who rely on those services. Almost half of the respondents reported providing more than 40 hours of unpaid care every week, and more than a quarter provide over 80 hours of unpaid care a week. Many whānau are effectively providing a second full-time job in unpaid care. They are already filling significant gaps in the current system. And just on the question about codifying the current system or current practice, if that's the case, that's not right. The current system is not working and whānau are filling the gaps. And what this bill does is make it worse. Most respondents, unsurprisingly, told us that the current disability support services do not meet their disability needs. The consequences are substantial. The vast majority of respondents reported impacts such as caregiver exhaustion, burnout, mental health impacts, relationship strain, lost employment opportunities, and financial pressure. These are not hypothetical future risks of a CBA. These are occurring now. More than 2/3 said they could not provide more support if funding were reduced, and that providing significantly more care themselves would simply be unmanageable. Many respondents also expressed deep concern about the future. Parents are already providing substantial support well into their children's adulthood and are worried about what will happen when they age, when age, illness, or death means they can no longer provide support. This highlights an important issue with the bill. There's a significant difference between the responsibility of parents raising a disabled child and the expectations placed on family and whānau members, widely defined, of disabled adults. Those situations should not be treated as equivalent. Reducing support would also have wider, serious economic consequences for individuals and the economy. Most respondents told us that reduced support would affect their household's ability to remain in paid employment. And over half said that means testing would have a major negative impact, with less than 10% anticipating no impact. In other words, reducing risk support does not simply shift responsibility from government to families. It would also reduce workforce participation and increase financial pressures, driving more families and whānau of disabled people into economic hardship. We submitted that the bill should not proceed in its current form. However, if the committee wishes to proceed, we provided proposed amendments. These amendments, first and importantly, make it clear that the government has primary responsibility for disability-related support needs, while families play an important complementary role. Secondly, removing the provisions enabling means testing, and third, require meaningful consultation on future support programs. In summary, our message is simple. Families are already doing an extraordinary amount, more than they should. Many are at breaking point. They cannot do more. The practical effect of the bill is therefore likely to be reduced support for disabled people, not increased family care. We ask the committee to recognise that supporting disabled people is not a matter of charity or family capacity. It is a fundamental responsibility of the government. Kia ora, and I welcome your questions.